I just got back from the dollar store and it was absolutely nuts there. But I found, look how beautiful that is. I found all these beautiful floral picks, and of course I'm gonna make a flower arrangement. I also found some ornaments that I feel like I can wrap on skewers and kind of stick in there that would be really pretty. So anyway, here we go. I'm gonna start. I just designed my Joy on my Silhouette Cameo software, this font. I'm going to be using it and cutting it out on this white vinyl over here, and it's going to go on the front of my flower arrangement, the container. So I am getting ready to pick my vinyl, and the word Joy is going to go on the front of this bucket. So picking your vinyl, I don't know if that's what it's actually called, what you do, but that's what I'm calling it today. I use an actual dental pick, haha. And I have the word Joy here, and I always start off first by picking out the little center pieces. You don't want to pull off, you know, this is a sticker, and there's some fine details here, and you don't want to pull off the big portions first, because then sometimes it can be hard to get the little center pieces. You always pull off the center pieces first before you do the big reveal. Okay, so I think that's all the center pieces of, and I don't even know if you can see this, but then when you pull, you like my Christmas music in the background? I'm Christmas crafting and I got Christmas music, but when you pull, you're gonna pull at a diagonal and you're gonna keep it low. And what that means is you're gonna pull close. You see, I'm folding it kind of down, but I'm keeping it low because I want the word Joy, which is really fine, to remain stuck to the page. And I don't even know, oh, there we go. Okay, so let me see if I can show you, but see as I pull that, oh, you know what? And I did miss a couple center pieces. So the center of the Y and the center of the J, I didn't actually pick out. I couldn't see it very well, huh? But those are bigger pieces and that won't be a big deal. But ultimately, when you're picking out really fine details on vinyl, you really want to make sure you get out the center pieces first. Okay. So there you have, and hopefully you can see that, there you have the word Joy. Okay, now, how I remove Joy from the paper is you buy, I don't even know what this is called. I bought it in bulk. I bought it once and I've never had to buy it again. But anybody who sells vinyl online will sell a big roll of sticky tape-like stuff. And this is actually what I use to remove the vinyl word Joy and then apply it to the top of my pot. So you have to have something sticky, but it's lightly sticky. It's not overly sticky. Okay, so see, I'm gonna apply that clear sticky piece and it should pull up my word Joy. You see that? And then I am going to stick that to the front, you know, and I am gonna trim, because I want my Joy in the center, but I also don't want it running off the edge of the pot. So right there, where it runs off the edge, I'm gonna clip that, my word. But then I'm gonna adhere it just in the places where the word Joy is. And then you also, like I said, you wanna keep it low, like this. You wanna keep this clear thing low when you pull, and you wanna pull at an angle. If you pull straight up, you're just gonna pull the vinyl right off. So you kind of pull at a diagonal. pull it low. And then I'm gonna clip off the edge of the Y so it's just the black showing. But there you go, there it says Joy, and that is gonna be the front of my Christmas dollar store flower arrangement pot. All right, now I'm ready to begin my flower arrangement. I've got my Joy stuck on the front of my pot, and I'm going to add this green foam. And there's different types of green foam that you can get from the dollar store. And I like the one that when you touch it, you can like leave a fingerprint. That's the one that I like. I feel like it's a little bit easier to work with. And so, some people will glue their foam down in there. I just cut it into pieces and I wedge it until it's stuck. That way, if I ever just get sick of the flower arrangement, but I like the pot, I can keep the pot, or vice versa, you know. And I cut it into pieces, and let me show you what it looks like so far. And I just shove it in there. You want lots of pieces in there so that when you're sticking the flower picks in, it actually catches. And so I have an extra one right here. That was one whole pack. This is a bigger pot. I didn't get this at the dollar store, I got it at Walmart. The dollar store just didn't have a pot that I liked for my Christmas arrangement. So I got this at Walmart, and I can't even tell you how much I paid for it, but it was a few bucks. It wasn't much. But it was worth it. So, all right. So, now I've got my pot. I've picked out a bunch of different flower picks, assorted ones that I thought would look good. And so I'm gonna turn this around facing me so I can look at it and see what it looks like. Because you wanna make sure you have your prettier flowers, the pieces that you like the most, in the front, okay? If you just start sticking them anywhere, you're gonna have your ugly ones in the back, or your ugly ones in the front and your pretty ones in the back. You wanna pick your favorites, and so I like the way this one looks, so I'm gonna make sure that this one hits the front. But I always start with those center pieces first and then work my way out. So this is a center piece, and I'm just gonna stick it down in there to see what that looks like, if that's gonna be too tall. I think that's gonna be a little too tall just to leave it as it is. So I'm gonna trim off just the bottom, and I got these scissors from Home Depot, and I use them, they were like 10 bucks, but I use them for so many crafting projects, including in the yard when I'm gardening. So I start with the center, and then I'm gonna work my way around it. The front is the most important part, the back is the least important part, and you really, really want those places that you place the flowers. You want them to have their own space, and you want the best looking pieces to go on the front. So, and that's too long. Actually, I'm gonna start with something different. I'm gonna start with this on the side. Start filling in the sides first and working our way around. So see how that looks so far? And I've got white, a lot of white and red, and so I don't want to take two whites necessarily and bunch them up. I kind of want to have contrast going on, and so I'm going to put the white in the center, and then I'm going to pop a red right next to it. And you also want to go for symmetry. That's really important too, just visually. So I try to put pieces that look similar on each side. Okay. So now I'm getting to the place where I would pop something in the front. Okay, so here's a floral piece that I really like. Take off that tag there. And the ones in the front, when I stick them in, I kind of stick them in at an angle because I want them to be showing up more like that instead of like this. Don't stick it straight up, stick it in at a diagonal. So, I'll show you what this looks like when I And you can always shift stuff around, you know, after you get it going. And you really need some heavy duty scissors to cut the wire on some of this stuff. All right. Okay, let me see. So see what that's looking like so far. And see, I still have a spot here I'll fill in. I've got lots of picks to put in. So I really like the look of these type things. I've like sprigs, sticks that stick up. That gives a really pretty feel to your arrangement. To have those sticking out just a little bit taller than everything else. It gives it a different look. So I've got those, and like I said, I'm going for symmetry. So if I do it to one side, I like to do it to the other depending on what sprigs I have. Especially if you have something abnormal sticking out of the top. See how hard that can be to cut? Make sure you have good scissors. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so see how I've got some symmetry going on the sides of that? Okay, and I like to do my sprigs, I've noticed, on the sides. So I've got 2 of these. All right, let's see what I've got going on here. So I've got this cute little tiny sprig, and it's probably, I have a feeling, well, maybe it won't, maybe it'll work. Okay, so see how I shove that right in the front? And then I bought these big poinsettias because I thought they were prettier. They're actually the kind that you clip onto your tree. And I'm gonna clip them onto a stick and then wire them in standing up. If I like the look of it. Sometimes I change my mind. Okay, so I've got the front, it's starting to fill in. I think I'm gonna put another sprig right here in the front because I have one. Oh no, that's starting to get real cute. Look at that. See the front of that? Okay, so then I'm gonna start filling in the back, and I just have tons of these berry pieces that I got from the Dollar Tree. And you kind of want, I mean, you don't want your back pieces sticking up higher than your front. You want it to kind of round off. So make sure you don't do that. Just fill this in. Okay, let's see what that is looking really, really cute. All right. I think I'm gonna put another white one. I have some white to fill in the back. All right, so, see, I'm starting to fill in the back, as you can see, okay, but all my good stuff that I want you to see is more towards the front, okay, and so I found also, and I thought these were really cute, see these ornaments from the Dollar Tree, these little Christmas trees, and if you look up close, I don't know if you can even see that on camera, but let me hold it still. But they're glittery. They have glitter on them. And so I like to take wooden skewers, okay, and what is this called? Floral tape. I always forget what it's called. Floral tape. Let me open this package.